What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about the average altcoin in this video. We're going to be referencing the others chart, and the whole purpose of this video is to kind of get a gauge as to what we can expect out of the average altcoin over the coming weeks, the coming days, and the coming months, right? Crypto moves up in these phases where we'll move up for months at a time, weeks at a time, and then we'll consolidate for weeks at a time, months at a time, right? That's just how it happens. We're in the middle of a breakout phase now. We're in the middle of a phase that is going to take us to probably new all-time highs for very many cryptos across the board, and at least certainly new relative highs in accordance to this cycle. I want to go over that. We're going to use the others chart, which is essentially like an index for all coins, and this will give us a kind of roadmap as to what the average coin is going to do. Now, if a coin that you're looking at outperforms this, congratulations, you've got a winner. You've got something that is going to outperform the average coin. If your coin over the coming weeks underperforms these expectations, you might have a dud. You might have something that's not going to perform as well as the rest of the market. It'll still do well. I expect most cryptos to go up. Even if they underperform, they'll still go up. And then if the coins that you're looking at are holding, if they perform right as expected, well, congratulations, you got one that's at least going to perform as well as the rest of the market, and you've got a winner there as well. So whether it underperforms, I like to say whether it underperforms, it overperforms, it performs at the standard level, they're all going to perform. We're all going to get a show, okay? You just got to hold on to your ticket and wait for everything to happen. So hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into some analysis, okay, and do this here. All right, so here we are looking at the others chart. For anybody who's not aware of this, you type in others on TradingView. It's the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10. That means if we're looking at coin market cap here, you're looking at the top 100 coins, right? 125 coins actually. And you take out the top 10, you take out this coin all the way up to Bitcoin there. That's what this is here, right? And I'm pretty sure it is the top 125 coins. It says crypto total market cap, but it's just the top 125. Anyways, the relevant ones, right? They're all relevant, but the really relevant ones. We're at $232 billion now. We've been in a consolidation phase. I think you can call this a consolidation phase right here, a very massive consolidation phase since March 11th, 2024. So it's been about a year that we've been consolidating. We had our bull market end back here in November of 2021. We had our bear market here, and we have been in a bull market, but this bull market's been on pause for a whole year, man. I want a refund. I want a refund. Bull market put on pause for a year. I want a refund, man. This is not my bull market. Not what I signed up for. No way. I was told alt season was supposed to be here a year ago. What the hell? If we're looking at this, we're looking at this from a high to a low. We've been consolidating in this area, yes, finding higher lows, finding higher highs, and inevitably, what's going to happen in the coming months? And I assume that this next move for crypto is going to end either sometime in June or very early July. That's my expectation. There's going to be a handful of altcoins that top off relatively in May. There's going to be a handful of altcoins that don't top off until later in July. You know, there's coins that'll top off earlier, later. It happens. A lot of them will probably top off at the end of June, if not early July. That's my expectations. When I say top off, I'm not saying I'm expecting that to be the end of the cycle. Maybe for some coins it is, but for the average coin, I expect the end of the cycle is going to be later in 2025, probably Q4, November. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so just so we have all the terminology correct, when I say top off, I'm not talking about end of cycle. I'm just talking about the end of the move. What's the end of the move? Well, if you look at this, that was a move. We topped off here. Right? And then we moved up here, we topped off here. That was the end of the move. Our next move is not going to end until June, July, and we will top off then, right? And where are we going to top off? That's what we're trying to figure out. So, bear market, right? High to low. We've got our Fibonacci retracement on here. We're clearly being constructive, finding higher lows and higher highs. We've been consolidating for the past year. My theory is this. When we break out of here, we're not going to stop right here at our all-time highs in the others chart. We're probably, because we've been suppressed for about a year, we're probably going to let loose the goose. And whenever that goose gets above its all-time highs, it's going to fly real high, man. We're in blue sky discovery mode right there. And we likely will see the others chart reach a market cap of at least 838 billion, if not more likely. What I think is going to happen is the others chart, the top 125 coins, excluding the top 10 coins, will see a market cap of $1 trillion, and actually even over that is what my thoughts are. I think that we will see prices or levels above $1 trillion. The 1414, just so you know, is more of a target area than it is a direct line, a targeted line, right? Oftentimes you don't move up and find resistance directly there, but instead what you do is you move up and you find resistance just above it. You'll see some kind of a wick and then come down and close below it. That's the commonality, like 60-70% of the time with the 1 for 1 for. I used to say 60% of the time, but man, after this cycle, it's really like 70%. It's very uncommon that you find resistance just below it, right? You either find resistance at the 1272 or just above the 1 for 1 for. You go all the way up to the 1618, and we're going to measure all these targets right now. Okay, this effectively is what I'm expecting the average altcoin to do over the coming months. Okay, not by the end of the cycle, but over the coming months. From the current reading to the 1272, that is a 257% growth, which is not bad, right? The average altcoin will move up 3.5x. Now, of course, the others chart is the top 125, but I would assume this applies to coins that are outside the top 125 as well. As you go lower down the rankings, you have lower market caps. They'll have an easier time moving up, but that doesn't mean that they will, right? This is a good standard, I think, for many coins, even outside the top 125. A 257% move, that's a 3.57x, okay? The 1 for 1 for, if you were to go right there, just above there, right above $1 trillion market cap, which is what I'm thinking we do, that's about a 5x. Okay, so the average altcoin I'm anticipating will probably see something on the lines of anything from a 3.5x to about a 5.2x, 420% growth. Let's just go with that, right? 121 over here, yeah. 5.2x to a 3.5x. Yeah, 3.6x, whatever. The maximum that we could see for the average altcoin, if the market, guys, if things really got bullish, if we really are truly suppressed, we're going to take advantage of that and let loose the goose. If we're going to also take advantage of seeing new all-time highs, we're going to get real crazy, flap those wings going into the air, soaring ever higher. Maybe we do see a $1.65 trillion market cap by the end of June for the total others chart. But I don't think we will. But at that rate, that would imply the average altcoin is moving up 7x. That would be crazy. If that's the case, guys, that's awesome, because if the average coin is moving up 7x, what about the ones that are being above average? We've got a lot of opportunities coming up here. But even at the lowly, the oh so lowly 3.5x, we got a lot of growth to go to, because again, this is just average. There will be coins that outperform this. There are going to be coins that far outperform this, that just demolish this kind of growth. But this is the standard across the board. So we're looking at this, we're getting this standard because it's good to understand this when comparing your own coins, because again, this is not going to be the end of the cycle. Whether it's here, whether it's here, whether it's here. If you have a coin that's outperforming the average coin, if it's surpassing the standard over the next couple of months or so, it will likely continue to do that going into the end of the cycle, right? If you have a coin that's underperforming, it will likely continue to do that until the end of the cycle. So at this topping point, when it's all said and done, whether we're at the green light, yellow light, or the red light, we're going to, I hope you understand what I'm saying there, or maybe these are like beans in a pod, I don't know. No matter where we are, you'll have some kind of standard to measure your coins from, and potentially when we're in our next consolidation phase, you can make the right adjustments, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but on the note of adjustments, this is just my thoughts here. Okay, I'm going to make my face bigger. I think we're done with the charts for now. Do not get shiny object syndrome, right? We were just talking about making adjustments, because if the market goes where we're expecting it to go, one of those three levels there, and you have a coin that's outperforming, underperforming, whatever, standard performing, but you want to put more in the one that's outperforming, maybe you don't hold one that's outperforming, they all just perform standard. That's probably the most likely outcome, or one or two. You want to move it into that. Whatever it is, if you're going to make movements, the time is not right now, because things are starting to pop off, and right now, if you're making a movement, if you're putting coins, if you're putting money into a coin that's moving up more than the average coin right now, you could very well be buying something that just moved up first. It was an early bloomer and could still underperform the coin you just sold. It's not a good time. I think right now the most important thing to do, literally the most important thing to do, is accept the bed that you made, right? You've made your bed over the past few months, over the past however long, over the past years, getting your crypto portfolio set up. Don't mess it up. Don't shit the bed, okay, by getting shiny object syndrome. Okay, don't go chasing something that's in the sky. Don't trade your boring coin for the exciting coin, because you see a coin that's here and it's just moving like this, and then you see a coin that's here and then it pumps, and you get the bright idea to sell this coin to buy the coin that pumps. Odds are this coin's going to correct. It's going to come back down, and then the coin you sold probably goes up. maybe it goes up just as much, maybe it goes up more, or not as much, but it still goes up. You're gonna miss every single pump if you sell your ticket, right? I used that analogy in the beginning for a reason. Whether it underperforms, it overperforms, or it performs as expected, everything's gonna perform. But if you want to watch the show, you got to hold on to your ticket. Don't let it go, all right? Don't sell your ticket to a show that hasn't even started yet for a show that's already in its first intermission, right? Like don't do that to yourself. That's a perfect analogy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have anything else that I wanted to say. I think it's clear as to where we're going. I think we've done the analysis here. We can look real quick actually. Hold on. Fiki, come here. Come here. That's my cat. He'll just keep meowing until I tell him to come here. He's literally just right here. He's the best cat ever, man. Oh my god, I love this cat. But he doesn't shut up sometimes. He needs attention. He needs the love. I think. Anyways, I was about to go on a whole tangent there, but yeah, I know, buddy. I'll get you some in a second. Okay, hold on. I got more stuff to do. What were we gonna do? We're gonna look at some of the short-term stuff. Okay, so we know where we're going by the end of this adventure. Where are we gonna go in the short term? So the weekly RSI is bouncing here. Oh, he's making an appearance. It's bouncing here at this area that we bounced from before whenever we saw our overbought readings here, that we bounced from before when we saw our overbought readings here. We're seeing some very bullish behavior off of this level here, and I think that we're going to continue to get it. Here he is right there. This is Rafiki. Say hi, Fiki. Say hi over here, buddy. Yeah, right there. Let me see here. Hold on. Yes, he's a good one, man. Fun fact about this guy, he was actually found whenever he was like 2 months old in a tree. He was an outdoor cat. He's feral. He likes it outside. But one of my friends rescued him. I got really drunk at his house. I was thrown up in the bathroom, and he came up and was nestling right up next to me, him and his brother. So I was like, man, you're gonna give them to the shelter, but they're gonna get separated. And he's like, well, why don't you just take one? And I'm like, I can't, dude. If I take one, I'm gonna take both. And he's like, so take both. And then I'm like, don't do that to me. I don't need cats right now. I don't need that. Long story short, they came home with me. It was the best decision I ever made, or one of the best decisions I ever made. They're great cats. But anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sorry. Deal with it. I never thought I'd be I'm more of a dog guy. I don't want to say that in front of them. I'm more of a dog guy myself, but I just love animals no matter what. So, but cat, dog, whatever, man. Parrot, parakeet, whatever. We're at this weekly RSI level where we've seen some immaculate growth. It's been phenomenal, right? Each time. Whether it was this last time, which wasn't anything in comparison to what we saw here, whatever, man. I think anybody in this space right now would take this over what we've seen over the past 3 months, right? And I think what's coming is probably something more on the lines of this, but at a faster pace. I think this move will blow anything that we've seen over the past like 4 years out of the water. It's going to be fantastic. But yes, the weekly RSI is looking pretty damn good. From a high to a low, here we are above the 236. I suppose the next target area for the average altcoin would be around this 382 area. So what we're going to see the average coin probably by the end of the month of April pop up like 11%. Maybe they go all the way to their golden ratio. Maybe we see an average pump of like 30% to 40%. Something in this area, though, of about 260 billion to 333 billion. So something on the lines of a 40% pump or like an 11% pump. Yeah, so something in that area there. Sorry I can't be more precise, but if I really had to guess, probably not. By the end of the month, you probably won't be up here, but going into May, yes, you'll be up here and you'll see higher targets. Let's look at the daily time frame real quick. Let's see if we're seeing any turbulence here. Okay, what we want to do today is we want the average altcoin we want the others chart to close green. So we want a green day in crypto essentially today. We don't want a red day. We want a green day because we don't want to sell this overbought area. We want to break into it, not reject it. When you break into it, good things happen. Whenever you reject this area or the line specifically, I'm trying to find a specific rejection. Yeah, like here, bad things happen. And it doesn't mean you can't move up inevitably, but I don't think we want to wait another couple weeks. We want to move up now. So if we want to help that idea, don't close red today. We want the average altcoin to move up. So the average altcoin right now is down about 1%. We want to come up by the end of the day. Yes, looking at the 4-hour time frame, and I think we will. Oh man, looking at the 4-hour time frame, we do have bearish divergence though. That would signal that we move down. Thankfully, this divergence is not that extreme. It would just mean that we move down here. We're already pretty close to that on this 4 hours, so it wouldn't surprise me if over the next couple of hours we're making a move down across the board, but then maybe by the end of the day, hopefully by the end of the day, we move up. If we close today red, it doesn't mean we have to go down. It doesn't mean we have to consolidate. Sometimes weird things happen. You get a slight bump and then you run, a little bump and run there. But I don't know. It's just generally speaking, you don't want to reject the overbought zone. So ideally, we can come back up by the end of the day across the board. no matter what's happening in the short term, we know where the long term is going to go, or at least we assume to know one of those three areas. I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.